Good morning to everyone. This is the power of healing with Utabi. Ongowe Ketelo. Yo, I've been MIA for too long, ne? Khuluma nomzilikazi kaMashobane. Embula zomnyama. It's been too long, guys. Yo, you must understand. Siyaku festive. So I try to take my breaks here and there. Yeah, so that singagcine sesenza into wrong because of the exhaustion, yabona. So yeah, I've been busy and some in between being busy, then I take breaks. Umsebenzi esiwenzayo is draining, guys, sometimes. So yeah, this is the power of healing. I'm still alive, ne? So I wanted to talk about something that abantu abayichazi kakhulu, ne? Like a lot of healers. Oh, I've got a new tripod, by the way. It's so amazing. Tripod stand. Yeah, so I'm testing it out. Yeah, so a lot of healers don't really explain Amabutho. Okay. I know that a lot of people would explain what is Amakhosi, or try to explain or identify the Amakhosi spirit, which is the elders of the family spirits. But in most cases, you don't get somebody explaining Amabutho. We always tell abantu ukuthi you and especially with women, we would tell them ukuthi you've got amakhehla, namakhehla spirits. But amakhehla in lawo nakhona ayahluka. Okay, sikhuluma ngamakhehla. Kunomuntu oma namakhehla amabutho namakhosi. Amakhosi namabutho. Kube nomuntu onamakhehla amakhosi only. Kube nomuntu onamakhehla wentaba amabutho. Those are warrior spirits. And a lot of times we tell abantu ukuthi yeah, wena unamakhehla kuvela amakhehla kuvela amakhehla. And you must understand, when it comes to, I think I've done a video about amakhosi, ne? So I wanted to do this one about amabutho kuphela, so you understand where you are. Kunomuntu onamabutho or amakhehla amabutho asentabeni. Sorry guys. Hey, cishe kwawala. Yeah. Abe namakhehla amabutho kuphela. Now, it does not happen that when you've got a warrior or a warrior's spirit, it will only be one. Akwenze ukuthi ube nebutho kuphela kuthiwe unebutho. It never happens. They are mostly, you get that umuntu onamabutho would be from your maternal, your paternal, and with women bafike adopte nayi lamakhehla waselapho oganele khona. Yeah, your in-laws. So uthola ukuthi so uthathe nalawo makhehla, because awahambi wodwa, so you cannot have one. If kuguthi umuntu who has been gifted with the warrior spirit, you would have, in most cases, both these families, amakhehla from both these families. And amabutho asentabeni, guys, akwenzeki ukuthi amabutho asentabeni makuthiwa uyowaphakamisa the spirit, makuthiwa uyosiphakamisa the spirit or siyogezwa the spirit, akwenzeki kwenzeke lento emanzini. Or okay, let me explain it like this. Akwenzeki ukuthi uwaphakamise emanzini amabutho asentabeni kuphela. Akwenzeki ukuthi aphakanyiswe ngamanzi. That is why abantu uthola ukuthi umuntu kuthiwa unamakhehla ahamba emanzini izinto zingenzeki. Kukhona amakhehla aphakanyiswa entabeni phela. And this is where we need to understand ukuthi, because kunabantu besifazane abanamabutho, their energy vibration eyamabutho. So umuntu onjalo makuyophakanyiswa amabutho, aphakanyiswa entabeni, uphakanyiselwa or uvuswa amabutho entabeni. Avuswa entabeni, that spirit works nentaba, that spirit siyavuswa. there's certain things ezenziwayo lapha entabeni. And in most cases you would get that sometimes people misunderstand the whistles of Amabutho and the whistles of abalusi. There's two different. Kunomuntu ozwa mhlambe umculo wamabutho. Kunomuntu when you listening you'd always find yourself interested in le mculo lo we yabona, like I'm trying to get a proper way of explaining it. Uzwe lo mculo lo ngathi uzwa abantu abaningi, you know those times zikashaka, and when you hear that sound in your ears, amabutho guys nambalozi abafani. Okay, the way they whistle, remember when during the times of izimpi, when kuliwa izimpi bekunama codes bewesetshenziswa amabutho mhlambe ukuwonana ukuthi impi seyikuphi noma kangakanani. So when uhamba uphakamisa amabutho entabeni guys, kunendlela okukhulunywa nawo ngayo na the spirit, and this is where people misunderstand a lot of things. Yes, we do teach people ukuphahla. Yeah, we do teach people ukuphahla. Kunendlela guys, I said to you, the art of communication between us and ancestors or us and spirits is totally different. Kunendlela ekukhulunywa nawo if you've got warrior spirit or you've got a warrior's spirit. It's actually spirits. Kunendlela ekuxoxwa nabo ngayo. Akufani nomphahlo every day that we do every day. Akufani, you cannot have warrior spirits ube soft. Awukwazi ukuba namabutho uhambe namakhehla amabutho ube soft. Akwenzeki because abantu ababephuma empini. Abantu babehlala entabeni, abantu ngaso sonke isikhathi bebeyilungiselela impi. So with us, when we say to people, we always say unamakhosi, guys. Not everybody unamakhosi, and that's where we need to clarify ukuthi kahle kahle yini amakhosi. And as I've tried to in one of the videos, we need to clarify so that abantu bazazi, because umuntu uzowazi uzothi okay kuthiwe nginamakhosi but nothing is happening. Kuthiwe nesithunywa sentaba but nothing is happening. Kanti umuntu unamabutho. And one thing that I know about amabutho is that ayalwa. When unamabutho, amabutho ayalwa ngoba oqala nje you need kuba ubonke, you need to align them espacing right sabo. If you've got amakhehla amabutho from ekabo ma namakhehla amabutho from your paternal home, labantu laba abazukuzwisisana because these are warriors from different platforms or from different clans. So we need ukuthi sibalungise bonke so that they work together within you. Bangaxabani kuwe, basebenzisane kuwe. So yiyo into that a lot of people find themselves bakhathala in spiritual journey, because yes unawo amakhehla but enzani? You know, I get that question. Enzani? Ayalwa, but now alwa kanjani? You need to go to align ukuthi bazokwazi ukuthi into abayisebenzayo noma into abayimele kuwe icace ibonakala. So the problem is that when we attend to these spirits, we think zenziwa ngokufana zonke, and that is the problem that we have. Sicabanga ukuthi bonke masibenzele izinto because we so we group them as spirits. So now we have ukuthi yonke into esiyenzayo yenziwa ngokufana. Cha guys, we need to understand the spirit guides that we have and the ancestral spirits that we have are totally different in how they do things. What do I mean? We've got people who've got water elements in it. We've got people who are from the sun. We've got people who are from the moon. those elements, those turn into guides. Those elements that you have, we've got people who've got fire spirits. All these spirits, guys, as I've mentioned before, zinama requirements wazo. The way we communicate with them is different. The way we approach things with them is different. If we can start learning to differentiate, one day, and I think I said it next year, I will explain ubugedla in detail so that people understand yini kahle kahle ubugedla or igedla. Okay? The way we attend to them is different. So it's very important that you, as umuntu, as a female, when you've got warrior spirits, you understand exactly what needs to be done with that spirit or with those spirits, so that I was totally into a conflict within yourself. Because if you've got warrior spirits and they are not aligned together, sometimes you will always go to consultations and you'd be told ukuthi abaveli abakhulumi, because they're not aligned to tell you exactly ukuthi ubani lo who's your chief spirit, ubani lo. Because with Amabutho, in most cases there is that confusion. With Amabutho, in most cases there is that, I wouldn't say jealousy, there is that conflict of authority, who's in charge. Do you understand? That is why abantu abanamabutho, they always have a problem with being led by somebody else. Understand? Because so uthola ukuthi lo muntu lo, let me talk about ogogo, right? Let me talk about females abanamabutho. Akwenzeki ukuthi, guys, and this is what I've seen in most of my clients. Akwenzeki ukuthi ube namabutho bese kuba khona mhlawumbe ogogo abaphakamayo, angazi noma nangizo. Umuntu onamabutho, when we say we've got warrior spirits, it's only amakhehla kuphela. And that is where now the confusion is. You understand? Because in most cases you would be told ukuthi when unamakhehla. In my what I've seen, as I've mentioned, is that they don't give authority to female spirits. In most cases they don't give authority to ogogo. So akwenzeka ukuthi kuphakama ogogo unamabutho, and especially umuntu wesifazane ma unamabutho namabutho nje kuphela. So we need to know and we need to understand ukuthi sibabeka kanjani, siba-aligna kanjani, basebenza kanjani. Unfortunately, I'm not going to explain that in this video, because with Amabutho, there's this one thing that's interesting, guys, ne? With Amabutho, and that is umuntu oke waga. In most cases, Amabutho ayavuka ebantwini besifazane abake bagana, right? And then umuntu azithole se divorce ndakazi kanjani. And so the question that I normally get is, how come then, Gogo, that I've adopted spirits of my in-laws? And this is the reason. As I said, it cannot only be one. So wherever you go, uzo adoptwa amakhehla kuleyo ndawo, whether it's being your in-laws, whether it being wherever lapho wena ukhona, you are, for some reason, you be adopted by amakhehla kuleyo ndawo. Because unamabutho, it's warriors that it cannot be one. Then it's not balanced. It cannot be one. So let us, I wish when we explain or when we tell abantu ukuthi banamakhehla, let's try ukuthi sisize abantu in identifying mapha amakhehla. I think it makes everything easy for everybody. Umaphi la amakhehla avukayo. Masithi no, akusuwo wonke umuntu kuzothiwa once kuthiwa amakhehla then amakhosi. You must also understand amakhosi kunamakhosi entaba, kube namakhosi amanzi. Now self amakhosi asebenza totally different. So understand which guides you have and how do you approach things with them. Not wonke ukuphahla, guys, and I have problem with ukuphahla, and I think I said, I didn't say it, but I was thinking because I've been offline for too long. Tomorrow I will try. There are questions, I think, sanbonan, guys. Uh yazi ngisa eyesight yami, so I need to read this, so I didn't want to go into details, and I'm sorry Kanye, I'm sorry that I won't be able to answer the question. It's even better when I use my laptop. So ngicela ukuthi that question, can you just direct it tomorrow, and then I will answer it manyenza Q&A tomorrow nesithando sami. Hence I was saying I have a problem with ukuphahla, guys. Siyaphahla ne, and we seem to be thinking ukuphahla kuyafana, guys. Ukuphahla, same as praying, is an art of communication, and how you communicate is very important. Some people do not perform miracles per se in terms of what they use for healing, but some people perform miracles because of how they communicate with spirits and ancestors. It's really not about what they are using, but how they communicate. Kukhona ukulapha ngamazwi nje, and we need to understand that. And that is why we have and I did explain this, is anusi. Healing through knowledge and healing through understanding certain things. Kukhona ukulapha ngamazwi nje, not necessarily kukhona into oyisebenzisayo, and that is how you communicate with spirits, and there's a lot we're going to learn, guys, elifini. There's a lot that we have to learn in terms of us to get into where we're supposed to be in our journey. So Kanye, I would really appreciate it if you can send this question or that comment into my Lento comments, so that mangiqeda ukuba live, and then I'll answer you on that one. But there's a lot that we have to learn. So I'm not going to give much on how to approach it. Into engiyaziyo ke ngabantu abanamabutho, guys, is that into zabo akusiyi izinto ezizalula, akusiyi izinto kunolaka. So for things to happen, it's a push, it's kuyimpi. They those people are fighters in everything, not just in also in their spiritual platform or in their spiritual space, but in everything they do. Into yabo iza kanzima, meaning iza nyempi. They actually have to fight in any way possible to get into to get where they're supposed to be. So it's a spirit that's very, it's you get the training, the training, your life journey that you go through is a fight. Iba yimpi. So but then for you to get where you're supposed to be, you need to understand on how to approach the spirits within you, so that this was it's basically fiery. Those people are fiery, guys. So umuntu angabheka ukuthi, everything I touch before izolunga fanele ukuthi ngiqale ngisokole, or like before izolunga, and you need to check ukuthi which guides do you have, because it's not necessarily that you would have amakhehla amakhosi and then abe ahlala sempini. Abafani la makhehla ahlala sempini. With amakhosi, they're very strict. They're very strict. They are very straight to the point. Fem, with Amabutho, you are a warrior. So, yonke into yakho fanele kusebenze ngesinye isikhathi iyikhwepha, I'm sorry, ngesinye isikhathi you need to fight nge-strength zakho. So it's not something that would happen. I would actually give you an example of somebody who's very famous on Amabutho, but she doesn't know, so I'm not going to mention the name. But it's funny how when I was actually Ledo consulting with most of the clients about Amabutho, I just saw her because all the qualities that I see with people who've got warrior spirits, she's got. And she's not even aware. That's the unfortunate part, that she's not even aware why is it so much things happening surrounding her, and agabon ukuthi like why, you know, when you have the why but you don't get the answer to it. So it's very unfortunate, but yeah, so it's very easy to identify umuntu wesifazane namabutho. Well, if if you're spiritually gifted, of course. But yeah, let's try to help people understand lamakhehla. Singathi unamakhehla nje kuphela, and then umuntu asogola iminyaka, guys. Alibatshelwa ukuthi unamakhehla ayenzani, imaphi? Yeah, as I said, Nigu, I'm actually in a break. I am still working. I am still doing consultations, but kuzoba cutoff, and then for 2023, and I will resume again in 2024. But yeah, let's hope, guys, you've learned this year, and I do appreciate all of you guys. I do appreciate the new subscribers every day. All I want you guys to do is to learn. Ukuthi, where is your life going, or where is your journey going? Because it's pointless if you've been embarking on this journey for too long and awukaboni umehluko. That means something somewhere is not right. So I do hope that you are learning, guys. And in learning and in growing spiritually, you must also understand you need to heal. You need healing. For you to understand spirituality completely, for you to experience what spirituality does or what spirituality is, you need to heal first. Otherwise, we approach if you are not in a good space, you won't even understand it. Spirituality goes along with healing, because for a lot of things, ukuthi zivulwe or zivuleke, you need to have learned a lot of things. You need to have healed in a lot of things. For you to actually understand how spirituality contributes in your life, fanele ube sespacing esithize. Thank you so much, and I do hope that you've learned. And I do hope that next year I will be teaching you more about certain things. There are things that I don't think I'm not one to actually follow trends of how do I teach or what do I teach, because I need things to be first revealed. I need to have practiced on the topic before ningakhuluma ngayo. So there's a sensitive side to ubugedla that is why I said let me regain my energy completely so that ngizokwazi ukuyichaza kangcono. And I think with the topic I'm going to have more than 2 videos, because ubugedla is very diverse, guys, and ubugedla buya branch a lot, so we need to understand ukuthi buyini kahle kahle. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.